We're back to the Neil Haley Show, and I'm excited to welcome first my co-host, author of the Hollow Man series, Paul Hollis. Paul, how are you, man? I know you're excited about our guest.
I am. We have a tremendous author today with a fascinating story and a new book. His name is Mark Tillett. He goes by MTT as his pen name, and we're excited to hear about his new book.
Yes.
Sir.
Yeah, it's called The Beginning of the End, and it's more like a tell-all story of the relationship that I was in, which was a narcissist that I was dating, and how abusive she was and disrespectful, and how our kids were disrespectful. So it just gets more in depth of the whole situation.
You know, and it's so tough when you don't identify that when you first met her, right?
Right.
How did you act at the beginning? You didn't know what was going to happen when you first met her.
No.
How did she react when you met her and compared to how she changed?
Well, she loved about me, and then as time went on, she started showing her colors of her infidelity. And when you try to talk to her about things that's bothering you, she would keep her nose into her cell phone. She would listen, but not really listen. She wouldn't give any feedback. And so doing my own investigations through the web, found out tons of information on her, of what she's been up to, and which anybody can do. I mean, there's plenty of websites out there that you can go on, and you can look somebody up and find out their social media things, like their like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those. And it shows who they're connected to. And it also shows fake profiles. So, I mean, that comes into play with a narcissist, because that's what they do. They use other people's names and profiles. And you just find out, like I said, a lot more information than what they're willing to give. And that's how I found out a lot of different things about her. So
now, was she very private? Is that why you had to go do your searching? Like there was not much on the internet on her at first?
Exactly. She was very private, and when you ask her about things while she's on her phone, you know, and you kind of already know the answer, that she's talking to somebody, she would swipe the phone to like her games on the on whatever apps that there is, you know, for the games that they have on the cell phones. So then like I say, you just through these other apps where you can check on people. I mean, you can punch in their name or the telephone number, and it'll bring up their whole profile of what they have on them. And it shows you basically where they've been. Oh, excuse me. Like I found out when I was in the hospital, when I first started dating her, she was looking for hotels in a different state, and next state over from us. So, you know, it was, she would come and see me after work, and she would leave there and then go to the other state and meet somebody else.
So she wasn't living with you?
Nah, I was living with her at that time after my surgery. And I found this out months later, of course. And so the new book, from the beginning to the end, tells the whole story of, like I said, her infidelity through the relationship, and how I searched her to see what she was up to, because she wouldn't tell me the truth. So I had to do it myself to
All
find
right.
out the truth.
Is that book available on Amazon?
It will be after it gets published.
Oh, so we're working on the process. So you're talking about that's the next book coming out. Well, that's really good.
Right.
And so we'll be looking at it very soon. When are you looking at coming out? Before the end of the year, then it looks like, sound like, right?
End of the year, maybe, after the first of the year.
Yeah. All right. All right. We appreciate it. Thanks again, sir.
Thank you.
You're listening and watching the Neil Haley Show, and we'll be back in just a moment.